Hello again, it's Ian Watt here with another technical tips video, this time delivered from my car. I've got to one of my teaching jobs a little early, and so I have a little pocket of time. I'm sorry for the gap gap between videos. I've been involved with Welsh National Opera in the production of Aina Damar, a fantastic modern flamenco opera, which I certainly recommend checking out. I was fortunate to do it with Scottish Opera last year, and really enjoying revisiting the piece with some fantastic guitar writing as well as wonderful dancing and singing, and it's really great. Anyway, the exercise I'm going to look at today is one that will be familiar to many of you. It's the left-hand walking exercise that you find in places like Scott Tennant's Pumping Nylon, as well as other places. It's very popular. If you don't know this exercise, then well, this will be an introduction to it. And if you do know it, well, I'm going to look at what I think are some common mistakes made when practicing this exercise. The first common mistake that's made is that people tend to play it too fast, or to be more precise, they play the exercise at a fast tempo, but the movements themselves are actually quite slow. Something like this. Yeah, so it's a fast tempo, but we're actually being quite lazy with getting from string to string. We're not doing that very, very quickly. What you've got to do is reverse that. Aim for fast movements, which means, at least in the beginning, taking it at a slow tempo. Something like this. Now, once you're able to do that, and you've eliminated as much as possible the space between strings, the gap, you've made it as legato as it possibly can be with one finger jumping from string to string, you can then speed it up. So that's moving fast and slowing down the tempo in order to get the movements fast, and that will help you develop the technique that you need to move across strings in a smooth way when playing pieces. The other thing to be careful about is that you use the same part of the fingertip all the time. So don't sort of play on the flat like this, or sometimes land here and sometimes land there, and it needs to be the same. It needs to be consistent as you move across the string. So be very aware of that. You're the only one who can police that in a way. You've got to rely on your feel and everything. Yeah. The last thing I want to mention is the movement of the hand. So we don't want to do this. A lot of people will do that when practicing the exercise. That movement across, sort of like this, should be eliminated entirely. The other movement, which is like this, there's a big difference between this, where the fingers get far away from the string, and this, is okay to an extent, but you want to limit it as much as possible so that you are demanding as much as you can of the fingers themselves. Yeah? So the finger is developing this flexibility. If you move the hand, if you rely wholly on the hand, you see the fingers are not actually doing very much. They're just moving with the hand. Yeah. Instead, the fingers should have to contract and then extend back again. So obviously, practice it with all the fingers. But just to summarise those points again, try and eliminate the gaps between the notes. So move from string to string in a very quick way, but that means slowing down the tempo. Yeah, the movement should be fast, but the tempo in the beginning should be slow. And then make sure that you are always using the same part of the fingertip, and especially be careful when you're using the fingers 3 and 4. Be careful of that, and eliminate this movement entirely, and reduce this movement as much as possible, so that you are demanding more movement of the fingers themselves. I hope this video is helpful. If you do like it, please do like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment below. And hope to see you again very soon. There won't be such a big gap between this and the next one.